today's pre-podcast.
Is this started?
Yeah.
Okay.
It started. The podcast
Motherfucker, it started.
The motherfucking podcast is started for the same night.
Yo, what's up? What are you, started?
We're doing it again.
What are you, started?
We have never stopped podcasting since the night has begun. It's a podcast marathon.
Podathon.
A podathon.
It's a partython.
I liked how in the freestyles that we did, we rapped a lot about pizza.
Pizza's good.
We rapped a lot about all kinds of things, but we rapped a lot about pizza.
I like pizza mostly.
Yeah. I don't know what rap we're going to pick, but let's put the freestyle right here.
I like the way the cheese. I like the way the cheese please me. The cheese please me. I like the way the cheese likes to please. I like the way the crust makes me bust. You know I'm a motherfucking pizza boss, and you know I got the sauce. Got the sauce coming down my cock.
Yeah.
Put it on the fucking dough, man. I'm the dough man, put it on the dough man, then I go home, man.
Then I go home, man, and eat that goddamn pizza with my friend Sam. He's the man. You know that we're gonna have to put a couple of pizza slices up in our hands, shovel it straight into our face, down the swallow hole, and you know that we are gonna have a lot of fun, yo, have a lot of giggles. You know that I like pizza with the pickles. What I meant to say was pickled jalapenos. You know how we roll. I like spicy and I like it to get hot. Banana peppers on the spot. I also like anchovies, little fishes. I like paper plates so we don't have to do the dishes. I like pizza boxes and I like calzones. Any kind of pepperoni sauce, you know I do it with dough. And you know that if you add cheese that my happiness will grow. Italian situations involving pizza ingredients, you know, sweeping across the nation. I like the sauce. My friend here is the sauce boss. We about to get it tossed like a couple of salads. That's the ballad that we're in right now. I hit you with a mallet. Because we like pizza, you know we eat it every day. You know like we like pizza like we are fucking gay. We like to rub it all over our booty holes and bidets. Yay.
Yeah, I eat the pizza, let it come out a little later. Rub it on my booty hole. Yeah, I'll rub it on my booty hole. Saucy, saucy. You know I eat the pizza. Comes out a couple hours later and I'll rub it on my booty hole. Rub it on my booty hole. Saucy, saucy.
You know I like to eat the pizza. A couple of hours later it comes out. And I rub it on my booty hole.
Booty hole. Saucy, saucy.
Now that we've got the rap out of the way, let's get into what we came here to talk about. Are you ready for this shit?
Your feelings.
No.
Yep.
I don't want to do that.
You always want to talk about my feelings and how I feel about things.
Okay, hit me with something.
How are you really?
You want to know how I am?
Mm-hmm.
I'm dandy.
No. Look at me. How are you really?
Here's how I am really.
No. How are you really?
Technically,
Really?
I'm doing great. I'm wearing ninja pants today.
Where did you get ninja pants?
I ordered them. I ordered them from Kodori Man. I just saw an ad for it on Instagram. And I was like, hey, those look pretty cool. I'm going to order a pair.
And how do you feel about getting ninja pants?
Pretty good. Pretty comfy. I kind of wish I ordered another pair too because I only ordered a black pair. And black pants are cool and all, but I wish I ordered a blue pair as well.
This guy's racist.
Hey, come on, man. Not that racist. Hold on. Try to click the button here.
Correct!
There we go. Thanks, Plankton, for having my back. Yeah.
So you're getting ready to go on a trip.
I am.
Tell
I am.
Tell me what's happening to you.
So I'm going to go to Muncie, Indiana. You know, it's my spot. That's the place I love. Don't put your thumb down. You hung out with Josh and Sam. You knew they were cool.
Almost cool.
You had fun with them.
They were so almost cool, dude.
Why were they almost cool?
They don't know what it's like to float.
They had a blast floating.
Oh, they did?
You carried a deer that time.
I did carry a deer that day.
Yeah, you like went and lifted a deer against its will. You're basically a deer rapist.
No. You're not considered a rapist if you do something against someone's will.
Yeah, you are.
It's only if you penetrate someone.
Did you penetrate the deer?
No.
Okay, then you're not a rapist. Sorry.
Thank
That's
you.
literally my bad. I take the full... I'm taking the blame. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm not mad about it. I just wanted to correct you because I'm not a freaking deer rapist.
I'm glad we cleared that up. Because
Yeah.
I know that if I was confused
Have you
about
been-
it,
have you
imagine what everybody else was thinking.
So
this
have
guy's
you-
a deer rapist.
Have you been telling everyone that I raped a deer that day?
Everybody that I told has stopped talking to me. And the people who don't talk to me, I don't consider them real. So I've told no one.
Yeah, that's how I feel about people on the internet.
They ain't real.
They're not real to me. I do feel that way. They're just a figment of the internet's imagination.
They're just part of the journey. Part of the journey of life.
As far as I know, the internet was made just for me to look at.
That's how I feel too, man.
It's like no one else is actually using it. It's just for me to look at.
Like made by something bigger just for you to be entertained
Just
by.
for me. Just for me.
Literally, I feel the same way.
Not you.
No, but
you don't know about it.
But your internet is different than mine, probably. Tell me if your internet's different than mine, okay?
Okay.
My internet's full of frogs, big booty Latinas, and tattoos. What's your internet full of?
Birds. Birds with testicles for chins, like scrotums. And big booty Godzillas. And people kicking other people in the leg and their legs break.
Yeah, our internets are different, man. But I did see this little microscopic frog today. It was pretty cool. I wish you could have seen it. I wish your internet was like mine.
I saw a frog Saturday. Or
No way.
Sunday. Yeah.
Where at?
No, it was Monday. I saw it on Monday.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah. It was at this historical home that I went into.
What? What happened at the historical home?
I was looking at it to see if I wanted to get married there, and I don't.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. But what if there was a bunch of little frogs there?
Well, there was a frog waiting at the door, and it was a real frog. He was just waiting in the corner. He had his butt up into the corner perfectly, just waiting for a bug.
Did you pick him up?
No, I left him alone. I didn't want. He looked so snuggly. He was like the same color as the brick too. He was a toad.
Yeah.
Frog family, toad minded, really.
Yeah. Amphibious.
He probably likes water some, kind of like how we do,
Yeah.
but he's not a fish. You know what I mean?
He's definitely not a human either.
Right.
Although it would be cool if they were human sized.
I've seen people that look like frogs.
I've seen frogs that look like toads. But I've never seen a human that looked like a kangaroo.
I've seen people look like that.
Okay. Name 4.
I can't name 4. I said someone, not some 4.
Oh,
I know some 4 that look like that.
okay. Name, what's his name?
It rhymes with cake. Dude, you do. You look like a fucking kangaroo when you do that.
Thanks, man.
Make that chin a little longer, and this boy's a daggone kangaroo boy. Hop, hop, hop.
But no, I'm going to be heading to Muncie, and here's my plans. Tatting, more tatting, craft beer drinking, and the shop that I'm working at, Fox and Sparrow, is having their grand reopening. They've moved locations. They're in actual downtown Muncie.
Are they moving just to have another party?
Yeah. They already moved for the party.
Yeah.
For me to come in again, and I appreciate them for that.
So they're moving. You, in your mind, do you think they're just moving just so they can have a opening party to invite you to?
I never thought of it like that, but it's kind of suspicious.
Because every time they have an opening party, you end up showing up.
Interesting. Maybe they're just trying to get me there. I'd live there. It's awesome there. Oh, wait, hold on. In another dimension, I'd live there. In this dimension, I live here.
You wouldn't live there.
I love it there.
You wouldn't last 5 seconds in Muncie.
No, Muncie's cool, man. It's fucking awesome there. I'd last 5 years there. Then I'd want to come home.
Every time you've moved somewhere, you haven't lasted long.
I've moved once.
Right. How long did you last? 10, 15 minutes?
That's 7 minutes.
Didn't even get
longer than you lasted.
You basically stuck it in and soaked, and then you made me pull you out.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Dude, and you never caught a single catfish there.
No, dude. That's supposed to be Mud Catfish Central.
Mississippi mudcats.
Yep. Mud puppies.
Yeah, if you want to see mudcats, you go down to the backwaters of Sheet Lake. You'll see some mudcats with them shitty assholes. Shit running out of their bikinis.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot there. That's what the mudcats love. They
covered
love the temperature
in lily pads and just trash.
Pretty hot.
Somebody told me, they're like, yeah, we were out swimming out in the backwaters, and there's just a bunch of girls on boats, and then I was swimming, and then there was a McDonald's cup.
What I can remember from the one time I was on the backwaters at Sheet Lake, it was actually like our 4th podcast episode. Happy 4th of Viagra.
Mm-hmm.
3rd or 4th one. But I was thinking about this the other day. When I was on that party boat, there would be people drinking so much, which I'm all about drinking. I like to drink. But there would be people who'd be like taking a shot, jumping in the water, and they'd be like swimming, like doing like a breaststroke, swimming towards the boat. They would just like stop. Their whole body would seize up as they're puking into the water. Like no life jacket or anything. They're just like puking into the water. Then just keep swimming. And like the puke's just floating there, and it eventually like disappears, but like everybody's swimming around it. Like you're still like swimming through somebody's puke. And I remember seeing this one guy I'm thinking of specifically. He puked you see like the river water or the lake water like go into his mouth. And you definitely know he drinks a little bit of it. He pukes a little bit more and then drinks some more and like gets onto the boat. And like the cool guys who he was there with didn't know that he just did that. They like hand him a beer and he like holds it like he's going to drink it. But you know he's just like done for a little bit because he just puked 2 seconds ago. I love that. Just like little clips of memory like that. You're just like, this guy is figuring it out. This guy's learning in this moment.
You watched a man either learn or not learn a lesson. But he
know who it is.
But he experienced the lesson, didn't he? He experienced where he should have learned. There's a lot of people that experience something and they should have learned from it, but they don't.
I think he's learned now.
You think?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think so. I like to think that he's grown up. He's another guy who moved away and came back.
Yeah.
So I like
everybody always comes back.
Not everybody, but that's a good
name
thought.
one person that hasn't.
I can't. I'm not going to.
Name one person who has moved away and hasn't come back.
Holy shit. I just saw some walkers outside. Yeah, I can. Okay. It rhymes with. Okay. Phalange. Moved away, never came back.
Sheesh.
What about fucking rhymes with
Mecca.
Glavis.
Glavis.
What about rhymes with?
Okay, there's people that have moved away and enjoyed themselves. Okay, I get it. Morgantown's not the best place on earth.
Well, don't ever say that again.
Well, it's not the best place on earth.
Okay, where's the best place on earth?
Probably heaven.
It's not on earth.
You don't know.
I do know.
Where is it?
It's in a different spiritual realm.
Damn, we're getting deep on that. There's different spiritual realms. Do you know how many there are?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't know that.
What is a spiritual realm?
I don't know. Google it. See what ChatGPT has to say.
I don't have ChatGPT.
Interesting.
Spirit world.
She grabbed my hairy business.
It's just a realm inhabited by spirits. That's all a spiritual realm is.
That doesn't sound very fun, huh?
No. There's a lot of kind of crowded sounds.
Yeah.
Like eventually the party's going to get a little crowded.
You're right. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is a religious question.
Oh God.
Do you wanna enter this realm, or do you not want to?
I'm in the spiritual realm.
I do have a question. So, in Christianity, if you're not a good if you're a good person, but you don't accept Jesus Christ as your savior, you don't go to heaven?
Nope.
Okay, so what about people who don't know about Jesus Christ? Like a guy who lives in Antarctica. There's a tribe there that's uncontacted, and he's just like the man. He's doing so much good. He just doesn't even know. Where's the rule for that?
They would be considered kind of like how a baby is. Babies go to heaven, so.
Really?
Yeah. So it's when you gain like a consciousness of what it is, yeah.
I wondered about that. I was literally
so if you ignore spirituality long enough and die, you're good, but you don't know you're doing it.
Yeah, if you really don't know you're doing it, yeah. I was wondering how that worked.
It's kind of fucked. Wish I never knew. You know what I know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be like bad.
You just don't even know it's bad.
Yeah.
I think there's people like that.
Oh, there's definitely people like that.
And they still get in. They just don't know.
Honestly, there's certain people that if they get in, like if they get in and other people that I know don't, I'm pissed.
You're going to be up in heaven, in paradise, pissed off.
Yeah, like there's certain really stupid people from high school that I'm like,
where's Matt Shuffle?
Like, if there's a single person, I don't care how many times the guy's gone to church or how much he cares about others. If he's wearing a fedora, he should be out.
Yeah.
He shouldn't go in. They might have like a separate section for him, you know?
Yeah, like on a different floor?
Yeah, like just oh, you can't go into the gates of heaven, but you can go into the gates of
Fedora.
Blevin.
Would you go to the fedora floor of heaven?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. No, that's why I'm having them go to a different floor.
I'd check it out.
I think all people that have, I've said this about a lot of different types of people, but especially when I say it about people that wear fedoras regularly and they think it's actually cool, they need to be put on an island just with themselves. And then some of our tax money goes towards that. And that way we don't have to see them in airports anymore. And they stay there happy as can be, and they're all wearing fedoras, and their foreheads never see the sun. And I think that would be, or their ears never get touched by the sun, and they have a great time, and they listen to, like, there's one guy that goes, why don't we listen to Bob Marley or something? And they're like, no.
No, I feel like the fedora floor.
We'll keep listening to this.
The fedora floor guys of heaven are the kind of guys who never, ever practice dancing. Ever. But
they're good.
No. They go to a wedding once every 5 years with their fedora on, and act like they know how to dance better than everybody.
And they do this. They go.
But they're like,
and they really pretend to roll it down their arm and then roll it back around.
Yeah.
And they're not actually doing it. They're just kind of moving it, but they're just moving their hat around a bunch. But they don't keep it off too long because they're really thinning up there and they haven't committed to being going bald.
Yes, that's why they're wearing a fedora in a like a dress up set.
And they should be wearing a slim shirt, like a slim fit dress shirt, but they're wearing a regular fit shirt. And they're way too thin for it, and it's kind of baggy on them.
Yeah.
And they're wearing their Pabst tie.
Do you remember when I would wear a fedora?
You saw a guy at an airport wear a fedora backwards once, and you said, that's cool. And that was like, it almost ended right there.
It was cool.
I almost said, and I don't think it was actually a fedora. I think you saw a hat that you didn't know its origin or name.
I still don't know what that hat's called. That guy looked cool.
It was just a guy wearing a backwards ball cap. You went, that looks different. That's a fedora.
It was a different hat.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I have that hat. It's just a fedora backwards. And I'm just going to wear a fedora backwards. So I went to like 2 tattoo conventions and wore a fedora backwards. And but you know how I had a fedora? You know why I had one? Because, like, I don't know if your grandparents are like this or what, but like I would just get like, I wouldn't tell my grandparents like what I wanted for Christmas. I would just get a bunch of like random stuff that they'd probably like get at the store that they saw on a discount 6 months before Christmas.
Right.
And they would get all the Christmas shopping done like in the summertime, like just like months before, just to like get ahead of it. And I just got a fedora for Christmas one time. It's like, oh, cool, a hat. And even before I was wearing it, because I was probably wearing it when I was like 21, 22. I probably got it when I was like 16. It's like a random like hat, and it was all like woven like a basket too. So like if it got crunched, if it like got squished, it would like crunch. The last time I wore it was in Philadelphia. I was at the Philadelphia Battleship Tattoo Convention, where it was like on a warship. It was so hot in there. It was me and my little brother, and I was wearing it. And I remember seeing a picture I took with a friend of mine, and like my head sideways, so you can see that it's a backwards fedora. And I was like, that is not as cool as I thought it was.
Yeah.
Fashion risks we take.
Yeah. And you also have the friend or had the friend that like is super into Supreme, so immediately you go and buy a Supreme fanny pack.
Yeah. I thought Supreme is cool.
It's okay.
It's a super.
Here's the thing.
It's
cool.
Cool.
You know what something is as cool as? Something is only as cool as the people that wear it, the general public that wear it. You look at the general people that care about what Supreme is, none of them are cool. I promise.
Yeah. It's a cool. I thought it was cool. I mean, I keep all my oil paints in that Supreme fanny pack now.
Yeah, it's good. It's useful.
Yeah.
I have a fanny pack. The reason I use it is not to be cool. I don't want to be cool with it.
You believe me, you're not being cool with it.
I use it because I hate to have my keys, my phone, and something else. What else? Oh, and my money clip all in my athletic shorts while I'm out.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's too much weight on my waistband. It's just going to sag my shorts. Mm-hmm. So I put it in the fanny pack. So I'm not trying to impress nobody. Yeah, I mean, know that's stupid. I got it for Disney World.
and it's fashionable.
In Disney World you fit in.
It's a fashion risk that you're taking, and if you own it, it's good. And also you're going to be able to run faster than anybody else with basketball shorts that have keys in their pockets.
Right.
And if you really, really want to get down to the hairy business,
she grabbed my hairy business.
You could hit somebody with it.
Or have a gun in it.
Or have a knife in it.
I do usually have a knife in it. But it's usually so packed full of stuff that I'm going to drop a bunch of other things before I get to the knife. I will tell you.
You mean to tell me that your fanny is impacted?
My fanny is packed full of shit. I'll tell you a time where I thought I was being a fashion person.
Yeah.
And I learned I had this item just like how you did. You had it for a long time. You had your fedora for a long time. Well, my mom worked in New York City for like 2 years, and in like fourth grade, in fourth or fifth grade, I visit my mom for a week, and we're walking around New York City, and I'm like wearing a coat and stuff, but it's really windy there, and it was in the middle of winter, and it was cold as shit, and I just saw everyone wearing scarves in New York. Everyone's wearing a scarf. I'm like, that makes sense. But like, I see all these guys wearing scarves. I'm like, oh, they look kind of cool wearing a scarf.
Yeah.
But it's because they're all wearing like the pea coats with the scarf, and they like were, basically businessmen with scarves or something. And I saw them, and I said, I must have saw at least 2 dudes, and I was like, that looks cool. So there's like these street vendors on the side of the street, and I asked my mom if I could buy a scarf, and she bought me a scarf, and I wore it around, and it warmed up my neck the whole time I was there. Well, I come back to Brewston in 5th grade, and the first day I go to school, and I'm wearing a scarf, and I'm like, I get there and I take it off.
Let me guess. Somebody's name that rhymes with Ron Ravage called you gay.
No, he had already fallen back a grade. No, he'd already went full retard. But, and then I get this scarf, and I had it on, and I put it in like my little cubby thing that you put your stuff in. And then on the way out of school, I was like, no fucking way am I wearing this. I wore it for 2 days in New York, and I wore it for a morning on the way to school, and I was like, this is stupid. And I never wore it again, and I had it for years. I just threw it away this past year.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was a black and gray scarf, and it was actually a very nice one.
Yeah.
And I said, you see someone else, you're like, that looks cool, but you don't realize they have the whole ensemble of what's going on.
Yeah.
So you see this thing, and you're like, oh, that looks cool. And then you're wearing it with like a hoodie.
Yeah.
Like an orange zip-up hoodie that's real dirty that says Aeropostale. And you're like, yeah, that doesn't really match the whole...
The reason people in cities wear scarves is because when the wind gets like captured between those buildings, it is way more cold and intense than any wind that we would get in Brewston Mills. It gets cold in Brewston and in West Virginia, but like it's still nothing compared to like that frigid, hard wind that goes between the buildings. So like, even though it does look cool on them, it is efficient for them. For us, it's just like, what do you mean I'm just going to wrap this fabric around my neck? I have a hoodie for that. Like, my neck doesn't get that cold.
Right. And a lot of them, they also wear turtlenecks.
A good friend of mine told me you lose a lot of heat in the neck.
Was this your mother?
It's actually branded.
You lose a lot of heat in the neck.
It was actually branded. And it was his grandma that told him that, I'm pretty sure. Or his aunt.
That's because she had one of those things that like the smokers get, and they have like the hole in their neck.
You lose a lot of heat in the neck, Brandon. You lose a lot of heat in the neck. Make sure you pull up your hoodie.
Oh, God. Fashion risks, man. What's another fashion risk that we've taken? You want to hear a really funny one? This is so stupid. This is a really dumb one. This is awesome. This is the coolest thing I did in fourth
Echo
grade.
Unlimited.
No, dude, this is way worse than that. This is fourth grade, Jake. Fashion risk.
Oh no. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so I got a sock. Okay.
Oh no.
And it was like a tan sock. And something happened to it. And maybe I was like watching ninja movies or something. But it had a hole in it. And I put my hand up through it. And I cut the fingers off of it. So it was like wrapped up around here.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like people who wore a hoodie that had the thumb holes.
Yeah.
But it was just a sock that I had. And I wore it to school once. And the girl that was the first girl to ever hold my hand, Marissa, she's the first one that noticed. She called me out on it, and I was like, oh, shit, maybe this isn't as cool looking as I thought. And I took the sock off of my hand. And then she still held my hand like a couple months after that. So it must have been a little bit cool, right?
Well, she was staring at your hands first. You wanted to hold that hand.
She just didn't want to put her hand around a dirty sock that had a hole in it that I was wearing on my hand. It's a cool ninja glove.
You went to school homeless once.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Dude, you had to, when you didn't have Under Armour and Nike, you had to try things you had to just try things that you thought maybe were cool.
Dude, I used to get like these crazy hand-me-downs where people would be like, "Oh, you don't want this. You don't want this, right?" And I'd be like, "Oh no, I want it." I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah.
And one time for a whole summer I wore like you remember your bug outfit? Like when you wore that bug outfit like for the flies and stuff in Canada.
Yeah.
And it's just like fish netted.
Yeah.
Like a shirt. I wore it was two tank tops, a yellow one and a black one that was like a tank top that like barely went down to your belt line that was fish netted, and I was wearing it around in like fifth grade and fifth or sixth grade in the summer, and I got it from my neighbor, and I was like, looking back, I'm like, you never take anything from those kids. They were fucking weirdos.
Well, at that point you're like, I'm being provocative.
Which
like people can kind of see my skin through this.
I watched
this is cool.
I watched Zoom as a kid, and like those kids, like some of the kids had like midriff they had like the big white sneakers and like the high shorts, you know, like in 90s or like 80s stuff, or in Saved by the Bell, that's how they dressed. And you saw Schrader, or is it Schrader? Or
I never watched
Slater. Slater, he always had like a midriff like athletic T-shirt on that showed a little bit of his belly because he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And like played football and stuff. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm like gonna be like the guy that like I'm the football guy. I'm the football guy wearing the see-through jersey.
Yeah.
When in reality is, I don't know where they got that, but it was something. It was very odd.
Yeah. It's probably why they were giving it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like, if you think it was risky for you to take the fashion risk, you were a confident kid.
Yeah.
You know, your neighbors who gave that to you, they made tea bread.
Right.
They probably weren't confident enough to eat that.
They shoveled sugar on top of bread and then poured tea over it and said num 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 num.
So those kids definitely aren't pulling off.
Well, they couldn't pull it off. They're so fucking fat from that. They were pouring sugar and tea on bread. Carb overload.
Were they chubby?
They had a tummy.
I didn't know that.
They were like, and that kid also wore his shorts like up to his belly button. So he like wore a size larger than he's supposed to because he would wear it up to his belly button. He's like, this is where your waist is. I'm like, no, it's not. It's literally made for here. So he's like wearing all of his stuff up to his belly button.
Because his parents told him that.
Right.
I remember my mom saying, your pants are supposed to go up to here, like pulling like my pants like way up like that. I'm like, okay, that's not how it's done, Mom. And thinking, okay, maybe in your time, yeah, maybe it was like that, but it's not like that now. I still wear my pants where they are now, and I feel like everybody has always ever worn their pants where they're at, where mine are at right now.
Yeah.
My mom was trying to lead me astray.
As moms do.
Little do they know, they're girls and we're boys.
We're not wearing high-rise jeans, Mom.
That's a girl thing.
What's another thing that I did that was a fashion risk? I always was a guy that did something slightly different than everyone else. Like even when I played Pee-wee football, when I was a little kid, I played Pee-wee football, and my uncle got me a Marshall Faulk jersey. He was one of the best running backs ever. And I was a running back, so I wore my Marshall Faulk jersey to practice every time. And I was the only kid with a different colored jersey. And I'm pretty sure people didn't like me for that.
Yeah, I can think of a couple of guys who told me they didn't like you for that.
Yeah. Another fashion risk we always did was my dad did some risks where he was the coach for the football team, and he told all the kids that if your hands are cold during the football game, you shove your hands in your pants around your wiener, and that's how you warm your hands up. Well, the kids really held on to that a lot, and they just kept shoving their hands in their pants
And holding on to their balls.
during the game the whole time. And nobody else understood why they were doing it, but that's why.
Yeah.
And that's why you put your hands down there, and it is warmer.
Interesting. I'll have to try that sometime. The next time I'm playing Pee-wee football.
You've never.
Is that why they call it Pee-wee football?
Oh, my Pee-wee.
I can see how that would be challenging.
Oh, my Pee-wee. Everybody's running around without their hands.
I was supposed to get an interception if your hands are on your Pee-wee.
No wonder they fucking suck.
You can't juke like that.
The best kids just never knew they had to put their hands in their pants.
Why's that kid so good? What's he doing different? I don't know, bro. We're standing there with our hands in our pants.
What are those things at his side?
You know, another funny fashion thing that I just didn't know about. One time I went to a soccer camp thing. I didn't even play soccer, but it was just like an after-school Project Isaac thing. And, like, I didn't have shin guards. But, a couple people had, like, long socks.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that there were, like, shin guards under there. So I was like, I need, like, some long pants like that. So I wore thermals one day. So I just thought that was soccer etiquette. Long johns.
Yeah.
Just didn't know. I didn't play soccer. I just wanted to go play around soccer camp. So I wore long johns one day. And I remember Matt Shuffle being like, oh, nice, Jake. But, like, he was being polite, but I knew from him, I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't do that again.
Nice, Jake. Long johns? That's smart.
It's really going to make you go faster.
If I kick you right in the shin, it won't even hurt at all. And you'll be warm.
He would never do that. But he did tell me to put my hands down my pants to keep my hands warm.
Yeah. In the summer?
Matt Shuffle did, yeah. He said like this. He used his hands.
Here, put your hands right where mine are on you.
I'm just kidding. He would never do that. He's a saint.
He's a beautiful man.
Do you have any announcements for the podcast?
Hey, everybody takes fashion risks, and some people do it their whole lives and get famous for it.
Look at Lil Peep.
Look at Lil anyone.
Look at Lady Gaga. Look at Kanye.
Lady Gay Guy?
Lady Gay Guy.
Do you say Kanye?
Gay.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Tony Hinchcliffe. He's up there with a fleece on most of the time.
He's always wearing something a little unhinged.
Something a little
Hinchcliffed.
unhinged-cliffed.
Yeah.
Catch everybody next week. Give us a follow on Instagram, Today's Prey. Give us a follow on TikTok, Today's Prey Podcast. We'll see everybody later. Peace out.